Hi everyone. I wanted to talk with you about Module 1. So this video is an overview for Module 1 for English 103. I'm going to share my screen with you and we are going to talk about the assignments for this week. I also want to touch on the structure of the modules. All modules will look very similar. They will start with the overview, which is like the video I'm doing now. Sometimes it's a video, sometimes it's written information, topic overview, objectives, task list, resources, and then activities. The activities and assignments are the items that will be graded in that module. So these are the items going in the grade book. Resources are exactly that. The resources in place for you to help enable you or help you understand the assignments or elements of the assignments that you're going to need to produce. So don't ignore the resources. Quite often they're incredibly valuable in order for you to accomplish a satisfactory grade, or maybe you want to get that A, and these items here help you achieve whatever level you want to achieve. And they just have a plethora of information. The task list is also important for you to look at every time. The task list, this is the assigned reading and information we want you to read. Then we tell you what do you need to read and review in order that you are going to understand the concepts, and then complete what you need to do in this module to submit for grading. So it's pretty simple. The first one for this module, I want you to read chapter 2. That's the name of the chapter. This are the pages, and this is the book it's contained in. Anytime you see green lettering on the Moodle page, that's a hot link. It will take you directly to that item. So you can see I clicked on it. Here's the book. Go to the pages, read that, and then go back to your Moodle page. Want you to read and review items and resources. Please note a lot of these resources have hot links, which means when you click on them, for example, this one, textbook pages, narrative writing, you'll see green wording in there. Anytime there's green wording, it's a hot link to another source or item. So these are embedded all the way through either instructions or resources. Be looking for them if you need a little bit more. And then the other is complete all the activities. So like I said before, the activities and assignments, these are the items that are graded. So I want to start with introductions forum. Introductions forum, forum is just another way of saying discussion board. And with all assignments or with all activities, you want to click into it, and then it will open and give you some information. Basically your instructions. Within the forums, the due date times are always posted at top. They are the same all the way through the semester. Your posts will always be due on the Wednesday of the week, and replies will always be due by Sundays of the week. Both are always midnight. So you have until those days and times to get that completed to be considered on time. It's very important that you stay current on forums, which means, it doesn't do anybody any good for you to post 2 weeks late on a forum, because the conversations are all relevant to that module and we will have moved on. So do pay attention to the late policy in the syllabus on forums. Forums, I do allow you to post late, but you'll get half credit. And I will only take it up to 2 days late. So after 2 days, if you haven't posted, it's going to be a 0 no matter what. Pay attention to those. So this is why I'm kind of emphasizing that every module has a forum. Every week there's a forum. Every week your post is always due Wednesday by midnight, and you need to reply to 2 others no later than Sundays by midnight. Now again, you're welcome to do that earlier, but do not post late. This is kind of the interactive part of our class where we are interacting with peers. That's the whole point of the forum, for you to interact with peers. I also give you minimum requirements on these. You'll notice the post, it's a minimum of 7, and every reply is a minimum of 4 sentences. And these are complete college level sentences. Compound complex, we're not talking, I agree. That's, that although technically it's a sentence, definitely not contributing to your sentence requirement. You know, make them a little more in-depth. So the other item about this is the minimum. So when I say minimum 7, that's the minimum you need to do to achieve a C level. If you want a C level, you're doing the minimum work, which means you've met criteria, but you know, you're not really going above and beyond to get that B or that A. So in your post, here are the items I want you to have in there. I do want to make you aware, do not give me a list. Don't just give me sentences answering. I want it in narrative form, which means use a paragraph, make things flow. If you know what transitions are, great, use those. But essentially think of it as like talking to someone. You're talking to someone, you're telling them this information. And then your reply, I want you to reply to 2 others. And I do want you to look for people that don't already have replies in their stuff. So a couple of basic things I want you to read through, be aware of, and I give you an example posting. This would be an example of one that would certainly meet the minimum criteria, and then an example of a reply that would certainly meet the minimum criteria. I also give you the grading rubric. Down at the bottom, I want to show you this if you've never done a posting. So you add a new discussion. So like right now you can see a student has already posted within this forum. So I want to post mine. I add a new discussion topic and I tell you in the instructions, I want you to use your full name as your topic. So there's my full name. And then the message box, this is where you're going to do your typing, you know, typity, type, clickety, click, click, click. Use use the tools available to you. And what I mean by that is a lot of times it's helpful if you do typing in Microsoft Office Word, do the spell check and use all those tools, grammar check, then simply copy and paste into this box. Because this particular box does not have all of the tools that you will find in Microsoft Office Word. And if you're like me, I write for a living, yet I'm a lousy speller. I know I'm a lousy speller, so I use spell check with Word. There's nothing wrong with that. Use the tools available to you. So anyways, when you are done, you want to post, click post, and then you will see it appear just like this. So this particular student has already posted. Now, if I, let me get out of there a minute, sorry. And when you want to reply, so let's say I want to reply to this person here. You simply click on their posting, and then there's down here, there's a reply. So when you reply, it's going to open up a new box, clickety, clickety, click, and then post to forum, and you have officially completed that assignment. The other 2 items, let's take a look at those. This item responds to a sample This I Believe essay. And the instructions tell you the purpose of it, what you're doing, and it gives you a hot link. It says choose any from that website, and then it tells you essentially you need to explore the website, find an essay that you relate to or like or enjoy, and you're going to write a 2-paragraph response to it. Now, the cool thing about this website, when you click into this, you can of course read them, but there's also the option, a lot of them have the option of listening to them. So I'm just looking to see here if I can quick show you. So if I go to explore, I'm just going to randomly or not, it wants me to do something here I don't want to do. Here we go. So on these, so you can see like on this one, it does allow me to read it. If you click on it, it'll open up the document. But if you hit the play button, I can listen to it. So it doesn't matter to me if you actually read them or if you listen to them, as long as you understand the content and you can write an adequate response. I do want to emphasize it's 2 paragraphs, and paragraphs at the college level are usually a minimum of 6 to 7 sentences, and they're compound complex sentences. And these are items I want you to include in your response, to be thinking about, talking about, that kind of a thing. I also want you to use MLA document design in your response. So you are writing this on Microsoft Office Word, which is a requirement of this course. And if you don't know MLA document design, then absolutely look at those resources. That's what they're there for. Help you set up your computer, help you set up your page. So does MLA document design. And then of course I give you the grading rubric. This is what I'm going to be using. And then in this particular one, you are going to have a box right here. When you're ready to upload, you just click on that box and then you're going to upload your file. Mine is different because of course I'm the instructor and I get to look at everybody's stuff. So that's this particular one. And the third one, pre-writing, I believe. So I do tell you, you need to complete this prior assignment before you do this one. It's the purpose of them is to start building context and give you some background. So you're not just kind of thinking out of thin air or something. There is a purpose to this. You're going to be writing an I believe essay. That'll be the theme, something you believe in. And we are exposing ourselves to other sample essays and other sources of this style of narrative writing. So I want you to have that under your belt before you start thinking. And so the document, it tells you download the document, and then you need to complete this document with 5, I believe, statements based on you know, some of the things that you've been listening to. It does tell you I want 5 experiences here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 corresponding belief statements. Now, I do want to preface this. You need to give me enough information that I understand what you're talking about. So for example, if you, number one, if you just, and by the way, this is interactive Microsoft Office Word document. So you simply download it and then enable editing, and then you can work right in this document. So if I do experience number 1, if all I write is camping trip, that doesn't give me enough. That's not going to give the instructor, me, enough to understand. So you got to kind of talk about it a little bit so I have an understanding. And then the belief statement would correspond with that. So from this experience, what belief did you either come to? Did it change? That kind of a thing. So I want you to document that. So you should have 5 of them in this document. And then once you're done, save on your computer. And then you can, I'm gonna don't save, but you do save. And then down here, once again, it'll say submit, and you can click on that box, open it up, and upload that file. I do want to give you a heavy word of caution. Microsoft Office Word is a requirement of this course. Up in the first module, there are resources for you to get free versions of this. Moodle doesn't like other things. So we want to use Microsoft Office Word for all of your writing. But in addition to that, we're going to be using the tools in it to, for example, for MLA, we're excited as we go on, you're going to need that. I get the question from students all the time, is there a way around using a Microsoft Office Word? Can I use Google Docs? Can I, whatever, my Chromebook doesn't work with Microsoft, you know? The answer is yeah, there probably are. Do I know them? No, I don't. I have very limited experience. If I know how to get around something, I will certainly help you. But I do want to emphasize the requirement of the class was Microsoft Office Word. And we are doing a lot of typing. Everything is writing. It's an online class. So this is not something that's going to be a one and done. It's going to be an ongoing all through the semester. So make sure that to alleviate yourself some frustration, you are using Microsoft Office Word for all of your documents before you upload them. As always, reach out to me with any questions or concerns. Feel free to email me. You can certainly use the Zoom hot links on the appropriate day or time. The Zoom hot links will start on January 25. Just to let you know, if you are in the class working early, I will not be at the Zoom links until January 25. But after January 25, every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, etc., I'll be in the Zoom room. You can just click on that link and it'll connect us. But if you don't want to do Zoom Room or you have an issue with it, then shoot me an email. Have a great week. And of course, reach out with anything. Happy writing.